Hey guys, it's Rod with Civil Advantage Firearms Training. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about Fraser Valley steel targets. Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. It's been a while since I did a review. As I mentioned in the channel update, I'm going to try to roll a few of them out over the next few weeks. I've been trying to catch up with everything I've made commitments to do, and it's been difficult. I mean, same story as everybody. We're all running around trying to make a living and do the things that we want to do in life. So not much of an excuse, but that's my story. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Fraser Valley Targets, and this is a small business that operates here in the town where I live, actually, Chilliwack, British Columbia. And Fraser Valley Targets reached out to me. I met up with these guys, awesome guys. I think we sat and drank coffee at their shop there for about 3 hours. And what I like about these guys, beside their product, is that they're activists. They're actually members of the firearms community. And too often, you deal with businesses and they're like, yeah, I don't want to get involved, or I don't care, or I don't support any firearm organizations, or I don't stick my head up and make my opinion known that we need to advance our cause. These guys are saying, yeah, absolutely. And they're big supporters of the CCFR. So I respect that. I appreciate that. So I'm more than happy to tell you about their product. So anyway, all that to say, I got my little list of things I want to talk about. I'm going to talk fast because there's a lot to say about this product and I don't want the video to be too long. So first thing is, if you go to fraservalleytargets.com, that's their website, they have a wide variety of different targets there, but the targets that I got are the modular system. So I got a 2/3 IDPA target, so that's a little silhouette target on a stand, and that's for long range shooting if you want it to be. And I also got pistol spinners. So in particular, when I got these two systems from these guys, I asked them for everything to be 1/2-inch AR-500 because I want to shoot those pistol spinners with a rifle, which is kind of fun because they really spin when you shoot them with a big rifle. So I want to just abuse the heck out of this stuff. Some of the reasons why I think their product is good is, for one, steel targets in general have some major advantages, and that's the reusability. Like, if I were to choose one thing, they're reactive, absolutely. People want to shoot stuff and know that they hit it, and they want to shoot stuff and see stuff move or blow up or whatever, right? So I think the next best thing to steel targets is binary explosive, like Sure Shot. Exploding targets where you can mix them up, stick them out there, and you're actually going to see a little explosion, some smoke, and you're like, yeah, I definitely hit that small target. Well, with steel targets, you get that reactivity, you get that reusability, and one thing that it really prevents, I may go so far as to say they're eco-friendly, if I want to get into the buzz phrases or the catchphrases. But they're eco-friendly because a lot of people drag a lot of things out to the bush, milk containers full of water, computer printers, TVs. They want to see stuff, be impacted by the round so they know they hit it and have some fun too. Well, if you do invest in a steel target system, at least you've got that reactivity. You can hear it. When you hit the target. If they're spinners, you can see these things whip around, especially when you shoot them with a big rifle, and you're not leaving anything in the forest. In BC, we definitely have a problem with that. People leaving garbage out there, and there's nothing good about that at all whatsoever. Very negative for us as firearm owners too. So now, as far as their resilience, I abuse these targets like literally. I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds at these targets, and it wasn't me personally. I've shot probably 2,000 rounds at them because I've been using them for about 3 months. But when I took them to the range, I would tell everybody, go ahead and shoot my target. And they're like, what, really? I'm like, shoot the heck out of it. And I've had guys like literally shoot 500 rounds over the course of 2 hours, just lighting these things up, right? So these targets have held up to all that abuse. We've shot them with 7.62 by 39 steel core stuff, right? The surplus stuff. I've shot them with 338 Lapua, 22 of course. We've shot them with a 22-250, 308, and 5.56 ball ammo, the actual NATO ball ammo, plus green tips, plus regular 223. So a ton of different types of ammunition. And just based on my experience, I'm going to give you guys a skinny on this. The 338 didn't do anything. It's high velocity, but it's a big bullet, and it seems like the bigger bullets don't do anything to these plates at all. They don't even leave a mark on them. You know what did dish them out a little bit? It was, I'm not sure, and you can fact check me on this if you guys out there know, just from your experience, but I think it was the 22-250 that actually gouged the target a little bit. So it seems to be the really fast little bullets that beat up on these things. Now, as far as the parts are concerned, One thing that's interesting, I mentioned that this is a modular system. I remember seeing a target system. Somebody sent me a PDF of a target system, said, hey, are you interested in reviewing our product? And I looked at it and it was a silhouette with these movable little spinners in the back so that if you struck the silhouette, the spinner would come out and like in the middle kind of thing. And it was quite sophisticated. It was really, I'm like, yeah, I like this thing. Someone said, those kinds of target systems are great, but wait till you have to pack them somewhere. If you have a range where you can drive out there and then put the target up, maybe that's okay. But in British Columbia, at least, it's very mountainous. It's really hard to find any good places where you can shoot 400, 500 meters. And when you do, you're actually usually hiking stuff up on a mountain because there's stinging mountains everywhere, right? So in that case, we're actually quite fortunate for a system like this that's modular that I can take it all apart in small pieces. So anyway, I did want to mention that. But one of the things that happens with these targets, especially that IDPA one, is the chain gets shot to pieces instantly. I think if you're using it as a long-range rifle target with a bolt action and you're sitting there plinking at it, you're not going to miss that. Your group is going to be small, but the minute you start getting semi-autos and you're trying to shoot in different positions or maybe running and gunning at it, which I've done, that group starts getting big and the chain just gets destroyed, just from my experience, right? And the chain costs money. So I don't want these targets to cost me too much money. So in a pinch, after my chain got shot up so bad, I ran out of these temporary links. I used a piece of paracord, and guess what? That paracord has been sitting there working for I think it's 3 trips to the range, and even training at the range. So that means that these groups are getting big, tons of rounds, and 2 trips to the bush where I had like 5 different people shooting at that target. The paracord is still going. So basically, you take a piece of paracord this long, you put 2 loops on the end, loop it through there, and it's still going like today. It's still working, right? So you run it through these holes and loop it over the rebar. Done. So I think the paracord works. It's a very small target, right? That little piece of paracord. And you know what? When a bullet goes through there, I'm not out $25 for a chain. I'm out like 8 cents for another piece of paracord, which I have a whole roll of that stuff in my truck. So anyway, that's a little tip that might help you out. Don't even bother with the chain, in my opinion, right? Even though it works really great with their system. So at the end of the day, I think the product's good. The guys are great. It's a business worth doing business with. And as far as their system's concerned, I'm going to run through the list real quick. It's reusable. It's eco-friendly. You're not leaving a bunch of garbage in the bush. You have a reactive target. It's easy to carry because it's modular. It's a very small package while it's disassembled. And you can source parts anywhere, right? The crossbar and the legs, they're 20 millimeter rebar. So you don't have to buy the chain and you don't have to buy the rebar from Fraser Valley Targets if you don't want to. You can get that stuff at the local building supply place. So, you're not linked into buying all their stuff. So that's kind of cool too. So anyway, if you have experience with Fraser Valley Targets, please share your experience below in the comments. I'd like to know about them. My experience was very positive. If you want to check out their website, you can find it at fraservalleytargets.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. We'd love it if you would, at Civil Advantage 1. You can find us on the web at www.civiladvantage.com. You can like us on Facebook at Civil Advantage Group. And that's it for now. We'll see you soon with some more videos. Stay safe.